Try to take one ride around in my body, Can't say I saw you around when I started. I'm a hometown hero, that's a far that I came, but I never knew if it would fall into place. I became what I wanted, and I'm still on the way. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time it's my city, Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, cause I know you miss me now. Crazy we grown now, but I'm just a whole child. All my same goals, but got my same jokes. Yes, I came up, but I ain't changed though. Just my hometown knows my name now. Now your best friend is a fan of me, and your fam acting like we family. Heard your gram, yeah, she heard of me. And your man know I'm the man to be. Now your best friend is a fan of me, and your fam acting like we family. Heard your gram, yeah, she heard of me. And your man know I'm the man to be. Try to take one ride around in my body.
Hello everybody, my name is Elena. I'm a K-5 behavior special education teacher in the state of Iowa. I'm also a brand new foster mom, and this is a day in my life. I'm whispering right now because I've got our foster child and Chris are getting ready upstairs right now, so I'm trying not to be obvious about this. I can hear him. But welcome to the craziness. We are figuring out our new normal, and yeah, you're along for the ride, so here we go.
Worthy of all the praise. Seems why I'll praise you anywhere. Every promise kept, goodness alive. My future was 6 feet under. Where have you been? I miss you now. Where have you been? Where's your head at? I need you now, won't you come back? Would you fall for me? I will fall for you.
Hello, it is the end of the day. It is almost 2 o'clock. Man, that's behind again. The clock in my room started off this morning 7 minutes behind. I brought it back up to schedule, and we're already back to being 3 minutes behind. So for whatever reason, it's running slow. Besides that, early release day since it was Wednesday. So today we have professional development on Leader and Me, and then I have a special education leadership team meeting from 3 to 4, and that's district wide. And I actually have to leave that a little bit early though, because I have an eye doctor appointment. So that's kind of what my afternoon looks like. Today was a pretty good day. Nothing too crazy. Yes, there were behaviors. It was also a Wednesday, so I tried to get a lot of progress monitoring done in with our lessons, and yeah, otherwise it was mostly a normal day. In between now and when I have to go to our Leader and Me professional development, I am working on taking the report cards. Make sure names are off of this. I'm working on taking the report cards and taking all of the essential standards basically off of them, of what we are reporting out on, and creating like condensed scope and sequence lesson plans, I guess, for my kids and their different grade levels. I just have a lot of kids who, you know, once they have a behavior in the classroom and they're missing their classwork then because they needed to come to a smaller setting and de-escalate, and now we've missed the lesson and we're trying to make up work. I'm just trying to kind of get ahead of the game and, you know, make sure that they're still getting exposure to what we have decided are kind of our core standards of what every kid is going to get taught and graded on and retaught around. So at least we're not, you know, we might have missed our teacher's instruction, but there is at least some instruction that's still happening. And so I got it completed yesterday for my 5th grader. This actually started for one of my kids who is completely self-contained in my room, and we're trying to make sure that he's getting access to his instruction. So I created that from his report card yesterday, and now I'm going through the 4th grade, and I've got all the slides typed up. I'm doing it through a slideshow, so I could probably show you. I'm gonna flip this around. So I just made I can statements off of the different standards of what they are learning about, and got videos in there, instructional videos. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of working on now. Then once that is all put together, it'll be a lot easier. I'll post it onto Google Classroom, and then when they are in my room and we're missing a lesson, it'll be a lot easier for the associate to just pull up the slideshow and find the learning target that matches the lesson that they missed. If I know ahead of time someone's going to be missing, for the 5th grader that I know is self-contained in here, I do go online. We use iReady. So I go online and actually get the lesson and the actual materials prepped and ready ahead of time. But for some of my other kids, it's not really like a planned ahead of time. They're going to be in here. We want them to be in their gen ed setting, but if we are struggling that day and need a smaller setting and they have to come to my room and it wasn't really planned ahead of time, then this is kind of like a backup for us to at least have something prepped and ready. That's kind of what I've been working on in my free and prep time. I also worked on putting together my year-long learning targets for the kids. So I have another document that I created that has all of the K-5 social emotional learning competencies in them. And then I created just kind of artifacts of ways that we can show our work based off of what the learning targets were, and then put them all into binders like this that I can go and pull from. And not that that's the lesson, it's more of it's kind of an artifact to show this is the skill that we're working on, and here's how the student can show their learning and knowledge of it. Even though behavior-wise it's going to show up in their behavior progress monitoring, just another way for us to show our learning and kind of keep track of our scope and sequence that way. So I'm going to also flip you around and show you my document that I created for that. Okay, so this is what I created for the year-long scope and sequence. What the learning competency is, so self-awareness, identifying emotions. This is the K-2 strands and the 3-5 strands, so you can see how they're a little bit different via the I can statements below. I just kind of scoped it out all year long. And then I've obviously got like lesson ideas in here that match this section. So these are the things that I've been pulling over into these documents and creating, ways for them to show their learning. Obviously, being able to list your persistence strategies is different than actually being able to use them and demonstrate them. That's the key difference. This would be more of, I can identify persistence strategies, but demonstrating is going to be a different task. So that's what I've been kind of working on in my lesson prep time. I've also been asked to present about math differentiation and how I use our iReady online resources to differentiate for the different students that I serve and differentiate one-on-one instruction or small group instruction. I don't currently do any small group math, but I do have a 5th grader, a 4th grader, and a kindergartner, that I every day have to individualize instruction for around math, and it looks different for every one of them. So I'm trying to put my presentation together for that, but that's not until January 15th when we have that professional development day. So I'm doing that in the morning, and then I'm training for CPI in the afternoon. Not like I am the trainer for it, so I will be like training other people, signing off on their blue cards for that. So I will have a busy professional development day helping provide professional development for both math and restraint seclusion purposes, but the main focus of CPI is preventative strategies. So behavior. We'll just say I'm presenting on math and then behavior in the afternoon. Okay, so that's kind of what I've been like prepping on in my work time when I have it, when I'm not interrupted it through my lunchtime, if that's what the time I have to get it done. It's now 2:06. My Leader in Me training starts at 2:10. I need to bring my computer and my pen. I'll quickly make sure I can go to the bathroom before I attend to that. And yeah, then I will get out of here to go to my SPED leadership team meeting, my IDOCS appointment, and then watch the Iowa women team take on Iowa State. You could say arguably, I mean, it's the biggest in-state rival for sure. They're in two different conferences. We're in the Big Ten. Iowa State's in the Big 12. So we've certainly got other Big Ten rivals, and especially for women's basketball. But as far as an in-state rival, it's always a big game when Iowa plays Iowa State. So we thought about getting tickets to it tonight, but we wanted to bring our foster child with us so that he could experience it, and trying to get 3 tickets for us to go is just going to be hard. If you follow women's basketball, you'll know that Caitlin Clark is quite the nationwide phenomenon, and every game that Iowa plays this year is sold out, whether it's home or away. Those stadium arenas, whatever, sell out very quickly as well. So if you're buying tickets still, you're buying resold tickets that are going to be upcharged from their face value. So trying to find 3 tickets together tonight is going to be quite expensive if we want to do that. So we will probably be watching from home, even though as far as an away game goes, this is going to be probably the closest one that we can go to. So anyways, such is life. Yeah, I will continue to try to bring you through with me through the rest of my day, though, even though this is going to turn into a really short vlog since it was a short day anyways, and I can't get a ton of chatting done when we have our foster kid. But he is currently with after school care with his grandma, other short-term placement. She's just going to have to keep helping us do Wednesdays because we have early releases. Kids are out at 1:35. I still have to work contract time until 4 o'clock. So yeah, that's our day, and I hope you continue watching and continue sticking around. Okay, our Leader in Me training is done. I am on my way to my special education leadership team meeting. Our Leader in Me training was over Paradigm 3, and then we also talked about creating personal WIGs, which if you're not a Leader in Me school, it means wildly important goal, and we are making personal wildly important goals. So we had to go through the different areas of your mind, body, heart, soul, and I determined that mind was the area that I had the biggest gap, and I wasn't doing enough care for myself around that area. And I picked a skill to learn a new skill, and mine's not really learning a new skill, but it's relearning a skill. So when I was a kid, I took piano lessons from first grade all the way up into high school. I should be a lot better than I am for how long of lessons that I took, but I just didn't take it seriously, and I wasn't that motivated at the time to do it. And now I'm kind of wishing, I mean, that was a lot of wasted time for me there. I just wasn't taking things seriously. So I used to be able to play 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton on the piano, and I could not play that for you now. I haven't played or practiced in so long, but that is what my personal goal is around then, is to be able to relearn that song. I'm going to start practicing on my keyboard. Again, I had a grand piano. My parents had a grand piano when I was growing up. That's what I got to play on, but I do not have a grand piano or even just a piano at home. I just have a keyboard now, but that's fine because I can plug headphones into that and not bother anyone else with my attempts at learning or relearning how to play piano again. So that's what my goal is, and my lead measures are going to be that I'm going to practice at least 15 minutes a day for at least 3 to 5 times a week, and I'm also going to record myself at least once a week so I can hear my progress each week and getting better. So that's what my wildly important goal is going to be for my personal life, and I will hold myself accountable and hopefully vlog some of it too, especially since I clicked, or at least wrote down, that I was going to record myself. I'm really excited about this because these are going to be hung up in the school, and students are going to see us and be able to also hold us accountable and see our personal goal trackers and see if we are doing it or not. So I need to hold myself accountable to it. And having a foster child at my school who is also going to be expected to have a personal wig at some point, and they've got school ones anyways that they're tracking, and it'll be cool, I think, for him to see me doing this and holding myself accountable to it so that he can hold himself accountable to goals that he has too. So anyways, that was professional development today, and yeah, I'm headed to this meeting. I'm gonna be there for a short 20 minutes before I have to leave to get to my eye doctor appointment, but such is life. Here we go. Eye doctor appointment is done. My prescription is pretty much about the same, he said, since even 2019, which is the last time that I actually went to this exact doctor, but because we've moved a couple times since then, I've seen a different doctor in between, but now we're back here in our home base, so I'm back to my original doctor. However, I needed to have an updated prescription to order any new contacts or glasses, which I do want to order new glasses, because even though these ones are working for me and I don't want to like jinx it or anything, somehow with as many times as I've had shoes thrown at my face or my glasses just completely ripped off of my face, punched in the face, hit in the face, whatever, these have not gotten broken. They did tighten them for me, and he's like, oh, I'm going to tighten these, and I was like, you know, I'm amazed that they're still intact, but I definitely know why they are as loose as they are and they need to be tightened. And he looked at me and he said, and you choose to do this every day? I was like, yeah, it's a little bit crazy, isn't it? He said, yeah, kind of. So anyways, I guess anyone in education and special education, we are probably crazy, but world can't turn without us. Everyone needs us. Someone's got to do the job. So anyways, that's updated. I have contacts in right now that I am trying out. I have terrible astigmatism in both of my eyes, and so everything is always blurry, dry, itchy, not clear when I'm wearing my contact lenses. Even when I have dailies that are for astigmatism, they just don't lay right on my eyes. Nothing does, just because of the way that they're shaped. So I'm trying some new ones out and see if they work any better for me, so that I can order a 3-month supply. That's what I did last time, is I ordered a 3-month supply of dailies, and it's 2 years later and I still am not out of them. So it tells you how little I wear them. But yeah, I am just wanting a new glasses style, so I'm probably gonna go back onto Zenni later and look at their options and order a new pair or two, just because for fun. I want to. I'm bored with my glasses. So okay, I'm gonna head home. This has been a day in my life. If you don't hear from me otherwise, we are watching the Iowa women's game on TV tonight. I am looking forward to doing that and relaxing. So thanks for watching. If you have not already, I hope that you subscribe and stick around further, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.